My name is Diane Charkiw. I'm with Voice for Animals Humane Society in Edmonton, Alberta. We're a grassroots animal rights organization, and our aim is to educate the public and campaign against all forms of animal abuse and exploitation, whether that be food, fashion, experimentation, and of course entertainment, which this would fall under. But she's suffering physically and emotionally and psychologically. Her health is deteriorating, like we see with just about every captive elephant. She's got the typical problems that are associated with zoo captivity: foot infections, foot abscesses, arthritis, obesity. She, of course, is displaying the stereotypic behaviors like rocking, swaying. We've seen her banging her head up against the enclosure repeatedly. And these problems that she's got are not acute problems, they're chronic. She's had them for many, many years. They're just getting worse, and the only place for them to go is downhill. This is a social animal. There's many studies by experts, and it's well understood now that elephants are very, very much like human beings in their social needs. So that would be you or I living alone our entire lives without any other humans to interact with, and that is just wrong. Study after study, and some very renowned people have said that an elephant being solitary, a female elephant being solitary, is not healthy for them. The American Association of Zoos and Aquariums, as well as the Canadian Association of Zoos and Aquariums, as well as the province of Alberta's own zoo regulations, they all state that female elephants should not be kept alone. Well, Lucy is being kept contrary to that regulation and that guideline. Valley Zoo is a member of CAZA, and we want to know why they're not following that regulation. Okay, there's several reasons why Lucy's needs can't be met here at the Valley Zoo. First of all, the space is a big issue. Her enclosure is a half acre at best, which is grossly inadequate for an elephant. Her enclosure is boring, it's barren. If you go visit it, it's depressing. She has nothing to do, she doesn't have space to move around. Now, the keepers do take her for walks. However, that doesn't even come close to the exercise that she would be getting if she had the free choice. For example, at the sanctuary, the elephants, they can walk all day if they want, and it's their choice. They can walk where they want, when they want, kind of thing, and Lucy does not have that option, and she's not getting enough exercise. Edmonton, Alberta is no place for an elephant. She shouldn't be here. She shouldn't ever have been here. It's absolutely unacceptable, this climate. Because of the weather in the winter, she's forced to spend so much time in her indoor enclosure, which is very, very small. The floor, of course, is hard, and she's standing on that, and just standing. She's got little room to move. That causes, of course, the foot problems and the circulation problems and the obesity, which only makes her health issues worse. So even if they changed her outdoor enclosure or her indoor enclosure to make it bigger, it's still not acceptable. In contrast, were she to live at the elephant sanctuary, the climate in Hohenwald, Tennessee is very, very close to the climate where Lucy would be were she in the wild. So she would be able to spend almost all the time outside where she belongs. Between the fact that she's locked indoors after the zoo's closed and staff go home, between that and all the time that it's too cold for her to be outside, she spends about 75% of her life standing around inside her dismal little barn. We have the most amazing opportunity to have Lucy moved to an incredible sanctuary. It's called the Elephant Sanctuary. It's in Hohenwald, Tennessee. It's not open to the public. It's not there to amuse human beings. It's there to take care of retired zoo and circus elephants. Their needs are first and foremost. Everything is geared for their well-being. They get expert care. They're attended to by human beings 24/7. Humans sleep with them even. They get the best food. They get, the best veterinary care. They have access to miles and miles of rolling hills and trees and water bodies to play in, and most importantly, each other. They've got a family there. That in itself is one of the most important things. And now, don't know if I've said this, but we have a standing invitation for Lucy to go there. It's open. If the zoo were to decide tomorrow, that door is open for her. And as well, that also includes her transportation down there would be at no cost to the City of Edmonton. That would all be taken care of by the people at the sanctuary. They've transported, 20 elephants so far safely. They've got a specialized trailer that was designed and donated exactly for that purpose. She would be attended 24/7 on the trip, not only by sanctuary staff, but I believe as well zoo member would be with her, so she has a familiar person. So it's an outstanding opportunity, and it can't be passed up. Another argument that we hear a lot is that she's too bonded to her keepers, and she just wouldn't thrive without them, and that we're not saying that there isn't a bond there, because of course there is. They've cared for her, and she's been their only companionship, so sure, we're not denying that. However, it's a little bit ludicrous to think that she would not be able to form new bonds with the very dedicated caregivers at the sanctuary, not to mention elephants. Maggie is a good example. Maggie spent over 10 years by herself. Her companion died from foot infections. Pretty typical. Anyway, after spending 10 years in solitary, Maggie was moved, and check out the Paws website. She is thriving, and it took her only a matter of days before she was in with the girls and just right part of the group, and even singled out a few elephants that she was particularly good friends with, and now she's enjoying all of that, being able to play, being free, and how can that not be better than a human caregiver?